Hello, here's a video on what are the best fish for people out there who want to get really cool fish that don't hide all day. And well, I mean, it's natural for fish to hide, but just the good fish for people out there who have aquariums. So I'm gonna say clownfish is actually one of my favorites. It's because they're a perfect display fish. Like, they stay out here, they don't always hide in the rocks. I mean, you don't have to get an anemone. They like the anemones. It's also if you have like big fish that want to like chase other fish around, they like to hide in the anemones. Because the bigger fish won't want to sting themselves in the anemones. So I'd say clownfish is one of my favorites. Obviously, I don't have one here. I do have one in my other tank, which is a 65-gallon tank, and his name's Finn, and he's the best little guy ever. Now, if you don't have a sea anemone, which I don't, they like to hang out on the ground because they actually think it's a sea anemone, which is weird. I just found that out a few months ago. And so, because they missed their sea anemone, that's why I was saying they go on the ground like that. And so, the clownfish are awesome. They eat pretty much whatever you put in there. They also like the more juicy type of food and that, but this is not really facts about clownfish. Clownfish are just really good fish for me. Maybe not beginners though, because they kind of, if they lay on the ground like that, like which mine does, the beginners don't know what happens, and they have to look it up. So just people with aquariums, I'd suggest it, or like reefs. They're reef safe, which is awesome because all those butterfly fish are like, you don't know if they're reef safe or not. So I'd say clownfish is my favorite. My second one is damsels, which is an odd thing to say because damsels are actually like really nasty fish and they always want to go hurt other fish and chase them around. I'd say that if you are thinking about getting a damsel, make sure you get one that's not gonna attack everything. So I got a yellowtail blue damsel. You can get any type of damsel. Well, maybe not any type. Like, a clownfish is a type of damsel. Just the yellowtail blue damsels are the best for me. For me, they are like not the best fish. They're just really good out of all the damsels. So I'd suggest getting a blue damsel thing because they just hide in the live rocks at night. They eat the food that you put in there. Most of the food they like what you put in there. And then let's see what I have after the damsel. Pajama cardinals. Not just pajama cardinals. Like saltwater cardinals are really good fish because they're hardy, which the clownfish are pretty hardy. Yeah, they're really hardy. And then the blue damsel is obviously super hardy. Well, for me, they're super hardy. Like, I've had one of mine for half a year. I've only had my tank for a year. The pajama cardinal is what I have. The pajama cardinal. I named him Gary because, I don't know. Gary's just kind of a random name. I name all my fish too. I can't go over all their names right now, but I'd suggest getting one of those pajama cardinals because they're hardy and they're really nice in your aquarium. They look really cool too. They got spots on their backs. That's probably why they call them a pajama cardinal, because they kind of look like they have pajamas on. So there's 3 fish for you guys that I suggest. Not for beginners. They're not all for beginners. Like, the damsels will go chase around your other fish. And that's what happened to me. My damsel went and chased around my other fish. Like my clown, he didn't chase around the clownfish. When I put the clownfish in, the damsel loved it because all my shrimps were attacking the damsel. And then as soon as I put the clownfish in, everything went away. They all just wanted to stay away from the clownfish, and the damsel now hangs out with the clownfish and they're friends. So that's good. They don't attack each other. But when I put the pajama cardinal in, the damsel started going nip, nip, nip at everything. And he started, the damsel nipped at the pajama cardinal. So that was the hard part. But I knew that my damsel so I tried it with the clownfish. And then the damsel really liked the clownfish. So I'm like, maybe I should get that fish. He looks really cool. Now, they are expensive for fish. Well, I mean, fish can like be expensive. That's not really, when you're in the aquarium hobby, things are going to be pretty expensive. It's just something that happens with it. Not all things are expensive. I mean, if you're setting up a just straight saltwater, no reef, and it's only going to be about $160 to set up it. with regular yellow lighting if you want. And then, so I used to have saltwater with a mantis shrimp. He unfortunately died. His name was Sandy, and he was my first saltwater animal I ever had. And then I started going on to corals with my marine land light, which is not a really good light. And I don't think I'm going to make this whole thing a story, but I'm just going to keep it on the fish for now. Yeah, that's my list. And then, well, I'm going to tell you about one more fish that I have that's really good. They pick at stuff on the rocks. They're called royal dottybacks, I believe. And the royal dottybacks just pick at the rocks. They don't actually have dots on the back of them. Like, they don't have dots on their tails like the pajama cardinal or anything like that. So I'd suggest getting a royal dottyback, but you can't have another one of them. If you have two, they'll pretty much kill each other and attack each other. Yeah, and they are reef safe, which is good. For me, they are. Maybe not everyone, though, because fish have different personalities, some of them, most of them. Yeah, so those are the fish that I'd say if you have an aquarium and you've been in it for a while, you've heard some stuff, heard quite a bit about from your local fish store or something, then I suggest getting the fish that I put down there. And if you want to go look up other types that are good, then I suggest you do that, because I am not like a professional. All I know is quite a bit of stuff about the aquarium hobby, because I also love the ocean and stuff. So that's why I have an aquarium. Bye, thanks for watching.